how concerning is, a loss of kind of this like magnitude? I guess that's it.
I don't know. I think nobody likes to get embarrassed like that, especially the way we started the first quarter. I know everybody's on a back-to-back. Obviously, I didn't play yesterday, and the Kings have a very fast-paced offense that they pretty much had every option they wanted and offensive rebounds in the first quarter. So when you're looking up and it's a double-digit lead before the first time out and 36-21, like we're not really built for, especially with the situation, like to have that crazy comeback. So I don't want to overreact to it, but you also have to address, the execution that we didn't do. Obviously, had a couple times in the first quarter we were gifting them possessions, so it was just kind of a mindless first quarter that established their dominance, and we had no answer for it.
Within that answer, you said you're not built kind of for the comeback. I mean, you just don't have the offensive firepower to be like a come from behind type team.
I mean, we haven't shown that. It's just one of those things where you don't want to be in that situation. Like I said, especially a back-to-back where the guys exerted a lot of energy last night to get that win. So we'd love to have started the game a lot better to give ourselves a chance and not be in that situation where we've been where, you're having to have crazy offensive fireworks to even have a chance to come back. Like, that's not our MO.
Steph, you talk about that first quarter and those couple turnovers that ballooned into 22 turnovers, and Kings got 34 points out of that. And there was a couple times when you guys kind of like just passed the ball out of bounds, just not focused there. What's your thoughts on the ball handling in this game?
I only remember my four, to be honest. It's the way you're built, you think about your mistakes. I threw a bad pass to Dennis in transition. I didn't see Keon behind him. And then got too deep in the paint, tried to fling it out and kind of lost it on a turnover. Got poked from behind on one, trying to drive, which that happens. And then one where me and Kyle got kind of mixed up when I was on the wing. He back cut and we didn't have we weren't in sync on that. So all of those, for me, like you want two of them back. You're gonna have turnovers, but it's the type that are kind of demoralizing because you're giving the other team an extra possession, you're giving the other team confidence, like, oh, we stopped them, and it just feeds into the momentum of the game.
Also, that point when Draymond floored Keon, and it seemed like Steve and Doug had some word exchange. And I know it's just basketball and stuff. What was your thoughts about being in that moment and all the tension that was going on at that time?
Two ex-players wishing they were back in the jersey. It's good to see that kind of fire.
Steph, what are you going to miss with Kuminga while he's out, and how are you going to compensate for his absence?
He was playing at a high level before the injury. It's unfortunate that I don't know how long he's going to be out, but we obviously missed his force downhill. We have some pep plays that get him in space to use his athleticism. He's really shown that he's been able to kind of see the defense a little bit better as of late and make them pay for how they want to guard him and us. It just gives us another guy that gets to the free throw line. So obviously by committee, our defense has to be our calling card. And offensively, just trying to get as organized as possible to have this good possessions. I think we're obviously going to shoot a lot of threes and try to create good looks from three. But we got to figure out ways to get more attacks to the rim, especially as a team that doesn't have much rim protection. Like he feasts off of that. We got to be able to unlock Wiggs more, unlock Moses. Kyle's gonna get some minutes, and we just got to be a little bit more organized when the game kind of slows down.
Quickly on the follow-up, on the plus side, have you been encouraged by what you've seen coming in the last, let's say, 5 games?
seems to.
Yeah, I think for sure. Impressed by the way he's responded to all the different roles he's, starting, not starting. The amount of different combinations we've had on the court all season. So he's definitely, been very impactful out there on the floor, and it's been great to see. He's playing with confidence. That's what you want. Any young guy who is kind of coming into his own, you just want to see that force and that presence night in, night out, and I think he's kind of checked that box.
Steph, you seem to be rolling a bit offensively, and you look up and it kind of didn't matter. It's a bit of a rare position. What does that feel like? And at some point, do you feel like there's a need where, I know you don't like forcing up 20 shots, but if you're feeling it, do you just have to figure out a way to get up 20, 25 shots no matter what?
Sounds good. It's harder or easier said than done, especially, you get blitzed on pick and rolls, you get it off, you create an advantage that way. We've thrived in that type of scenario. Obviously with me and Dennis figuring out our chemistry in the backcourt, like when I'm off the ball and how teams want to guard, I definitely got to be aggressive. And I guess the one thing is, like, when I'm off the ball, just trying to figure out how to get space and get open where you're not just taking out the play. Because out of the 12 shots I took tonight, I think only one of them was a kind of maybe two of them were catch and shoot type situation. So just finding the balance of on ball, off ball, aggressiveness to score, aggressiveness to create an advantage so we have good options on the back end. And just seeing the game, me shooting is obviously good, but reading the defense is a possession by possession type thing.
So is it time for the annual with the ball step hands?
I mean, it's still, I did a lot of that when I was out there tonight. It just didn't necessarily lead to more shot attempts. It led to, again, that 4-on-3 type advantage. And we got to be able to convert on that. And obviously, a couple of those possessions, I turned the ball over where I probably could have forced a shot up, but I don't want to overanalyze that. Thank God it's not December anymore, though.
Stephen, down on the other end of the court just now, there was a presentation to Lindy Waters, the third, for honoring his grandfather on Native American Heritage Night. It was a pretty powerful thing. Do you get a sense for what it means to him to sort of honor his heritage and represent on a night like this, but every day as well?
No, for sure. Authentic, true self. You can feel that sense of pride. Even when we went back to OKC, and it's cool that he's kind of able to have a moment like that. I didn't get to see any of it, so I don't know what really happened out there, but it was, during one of the timeouts, he talked about his tribe and his family, his background, how proud he was to represent them. So, especially in the league, that's pretty unique. So, I'm sure that's a badge of honor for him.
All right, last one from our student journalist.
Were there any silver linings to this game, and what do you think what do you think the team can do to improve after a game like this?
Honestly, no silver linings. I guess the only positive is it's the NBA and you got a game in 48 hours, so you don't have much time to dwell on it. And it's our last home game before a road trip, so you want to leave the Bay with a win and feel good about yourself. And you got a Miami Heat team coming in that had a similar night like we had tonight a couple of days ago, so they're going to be hungry to get back on the right foot. So for us, we got to come out with a lot of aggressiveness and energy and be able to flush this down the toilet as fast as possible so that we can come out and just let it fly on Tuesday.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Steph.
Appreciate that.